Hello, my name is Joseph Sharon, and I would like to speak with you about how to authenticate ancient and archaic Nephrite jade carvings. I'll talk a little bit about jadeite. Jadeite can be dyed and it can be enhanced. It's a grainy stone. It's not like Nephrite jade. Nephrite jade is a fibrous stone, and the dyes cannot penetrate into the stone because it's a fibrous material. And dyes and chemicals cannot penetrate into the stone in a short period of time because it'll just lay on the surface, and if they use an acid or something like that on Nephrite jade, it would just lay on the top and eat away the top layer of the stone. If it would even do that, it could probably do nothing. There's no way to enhance these pieces to make them look like the burial inclusions I'm about to show you. These types of burial inclusions only occur in Nephrite jade when it's been buried a long period of time, and the expansion and the contraction of the stone and the elements in the soil actually infiltrate the stone and create these inclusions, and it's a slow process. There's several different types of inclusions on burial inclusions. One would be veining, rivers, clouding, russet inclusions, brown inclusions, calcification. These things occur only when a piece has been buried for a long period of time and the elements in the soil will actually penetrate the Nephrite jade. If you try to dye it, it'll just lay on the top of the surface. It will not penetrate into the stone. If you tried chemicals, it just won't work. It'll ruin the stone, or it just won't penetrate. Now I'm going to try and go through these pieces. Now this has a lot of brown inclusions and russet brown inclusions, and it has some veins and rivers and a lot of clouding on this side. And you have to look into the stone to see this. It's penetrated the stone, and it's a celadon stone, and it shows a lot of burial inclusions. It's a 6th Dynasty horse. Here's another stone here. You can see it's penetrated the stone. It's not just laying on the surface. It's actually penetrated into the stone. And these russet inclusions actually, it apparently was buried down in the soil, and over a long period of time, the russet elements seeped into the jade and almost formed an outer skin to it. Now jade, Nephrite jade, when it's in the raw, generally has a skin to it, and they cut away that skin because it's not a good carving. It's not good for carving. They cut away all the skin and all the inclusions and then start carving the piece, because the further you go in, the cleaner the stone is. But this is a 6th Dynasty mythical animal, and it's a beautiful little piece, and it shows some veining and inclusions that actually penetrate into the stone, and it's a beautiful piece. This recumbent hound, it also shows it penetrated into the stone. It's not just laying on the surface. And the clouding, you see some rivers here, and striations, and You see some veining here, russet veining, and russet that infiltrated the ear, and this clearly is a piece that has been buried for a long period of time, and a slow process of the elements in the soil infiltrating into this piece, into the jade material. Now this piece here is made of onion jade, and you can see the russet inclusions, rivers, and veins on this piece. And onion jade is just no longer available in China. It was used up centuries ago, and it's not available today for carving. And this Sung Dynasty hound has the russet and the veins and the rivers on it. This piece here shows a lot of veins and brown inclusions, which and rivers, and it's a very nice little piece. It has the one leg that's tilted to the side, and this is an indication that it was carved in the Sung Dynasty, and the way the ears are shaped. These are all indications that it was carved during the Sung period, and it's a Sung Dynasty Celadon cat. Now this piece here is a Han Dynasty piece. Both of these pieces are Han Dynasty pieces. You can see the shape of the head is very similar to each piece. This one piece is a pendant, and it's not carved on the one side is not carved, and the other side is carved with Han Dynasty carvings, and it has a lot of inclusions, russet inclusions and veins, and it's a wonderful pendant. And it's from the Han Dynasty, and this is how you can tell little subtleties, the way things are the ears are carved, or the head is shaped, little subtleties of pieces that are known to be from the Han Dynasty, and you pick up these pieces and you can generally tell when a piece was carved, and the type of style they used during those different periods throughout the history of China. And this piece shows the muscle structure, which is rather typical in a lot of animals. Not all the animals, but a lot of animals have this. They show the muscles and the pieces during the Han Dynasty. And this is an onion jade piece with a lot of russet, rivers, and veins, and it's just a wonderful piece. Now, go to here. This piece is a pendant, and it's a wonderful piece. It's heavily included from the Warring States period, and it shows some rivers and veins in it, and some slight areas of calcification, starting of calcification, and it's a lot of brown inclusions and that penetrate into the jade and through from one side to the next. And this piece is just a wonderful masterpiece of Warring States jade carving. Here's another piece here, another pendant, and this piece is a ribbon formed dragon, and it shows a lot of veining throughout the whole piece, a lot of brown inclusions, calcification on the outside and on the head, and it's just a beautiful ribbon form piece from the Warring States. And this piece here is another pendant, and this pendant was buried with bronze, and you can tell it was buried with bronze because the bronze would seep these elements from the bronze itself and create this green in the piece, and they would seep into the jade over a long period of time, being buried next to bronze or with bronze in the same tomb. And this piece is a wonderful pendant, and it shows calcification up here, over here, 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 and brown inclusions, russet inclusions, and the green from being buried with bronze. It shows that. So this piece was buried with ancient or archaic bronze artifacts in the same tomb. And here's another piece here. This is a highly stylized jade camel, Nephrite jade camel, and it's beautiful material, and it's loaded with veins and rivers and a lot of brown, and there's the white on top of the brown and the russet on top of the white. It's just a beautiful, beautiful piece, highly stylized camel from the 6 dynasties. There's another piece here. This is a highly stylized elephant, and this is done around the Warring States period, and it's a wonderful piece. It shows a lot of inclusions, veining, it shows russet inclusions, it shows a little bit of everything in this piece, and it's a magnificent work of art with it's a vessel, and it has this phoenix finial, and it's just a great work of art. Here's another piece here. It shows clouding in the stomach area here and then the side, and clouding is just as important as any of the other inclusions. It expands and contracts in the soil, and slowly the elements seep into the jade and create this clouding effect in the jade, so that you know this piece was buried for a period of time and created this clouding. It's a slow process with the expansion and contraction, and it seeps into the to the jade from the soil. And this is a Ming Dynasty mythical animal. This piece here is a recumbent hound from the Sung Dynasty, and it shows inclusions. You can see it penetrating into the stone, and on the base here it shows some veins and penetration of the inclusions right through the one leg, and a lot of clouding throughout the piece. And you can see this clouding. You know, it's an old piece and it's been buried for a long period of time. Now this piece here, a dealer from New England took a picture of it and put it on his site and said it was a fake piece. He's a liar and a cheat and a thief, and he sells a lot of provincial ceramics and they made billions of those pieces, and they're not what they're presented to be. But if I took this collection to one of the auction houses, they're going to tell me, you know, it's been enhanced or it's chemically treated. They're going to lie. And as a matter of fact, I took pieces up to Bonhams. I did a video on it. The guy examined my pieces, and he said that the roux-ware was modern, and he never handled a piece of roux-ware in his life before that. A specialist from Bonhams told me that. And also the jade, he said it was all enhanced with chemicals, and he's a liar. He's a liar and a cheat, and they discriminate against people. They discriminate against me and many other collectors that collect Chinese art, and they're cheating customers. These auction houses are cheating customers out of billions of dollars because they don't show the best pieces on the marketplace, and they keep continually selling old collections that have very poor quality pieces because they have to sell those collections because they presented them as being so rare and so important, and they tell their collectors to buy them because people don't educate themselves and know what to look for and know what a good piece is. So remember, when you're purchasing jade, make sure it's a translucent jade, nephrite jade. It can't be scratched with a knife. It has inclusions. Make sure the inclusions penetrate into the jade itself. It's not just laying on the top. There's several types of inclusions, and all these pieces have those types of inclusions on them, and they're all burial pieces. You can go to my website at ChineseMasterpieces.com, get further information and see more jades. And I'd like to thank you for watching this video, and I hope it's helpful, and I hope it solves some of the misinformation out there about jade, and all the misinformation and wives' tales that they tell about jade is a lot of lies, because the auction houses want to stay in control over the collectors. They don't want to educate the collectors. And thank you for watching the video.